watching STV 6 p.m. newscast. We're broadcasting live from our headquarters here in Accra, in the city of Douala. In our top stories, following the rumor on the COVID-19 vaccine in Cameroon, the Health Minister Manahoda Malachi in his Twitter page says Cameroon has no need for COVID-19 vaccine as at this moment. This comes after the health boards had warned of worrying signs that might signal the resurgence of the COVID-19 pandemic in Cameroon. And in this newscast, the governor of the Littoral region, Samuel Diodene Ivaha Dubois, cautioned commercial bike riders to do all they can to own a national identity card before circulating in town. He was speaking in a meeting today with commercial bike riders. Details of this and many more in a while. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us on the 6 p.m. newscast on Spectrum Television. Addressing the nonchalant attitude of commercial bike riders in Douala plying their trade around town has been the motive of Samuel Diodene Ivaha Dubois' outing today with commercial bike riders. He used this avenue to instill a sense of social responsibility to protect the lives of bike riders and those who depend on it for transportation. Details with Josephine Binji.
Addressing urban disorder comprising bike riders without national identity cards and gang theft, spearheaded by commercial bike riders, have been the vices the governor of the Littoral region appealed to the Association of Commercial Bike Riders to desist from today.
Il n'est pas question que Douala soit pris en charge par des bandits sans carte d'identité et qui n'ont pas de naissance.
We do not want Douala to be taken hostage by thieves without ID cards and have no direction. While you are carrying out your duty, some people might have accidents. So it's not normal that someone who had an accident doesn't have an ID card on him. Is it normal? Someone will steal your bike without a trace. It's not still normal. Douala is not set aside for those who want disorder. That's why I called you here this morning.
La ville de Douala n'est pas réservée à ceux qui viennent faire du désordre. C'est pour cela que je vous ai appelé ce matin.
This was equally an opportunity to exhort them to shun societal practices which put the lives of bike users at risk.
Parce que si nous laissons l'espace aux bandits, nous serons tous
If we pave the way for thieves, we are going to be exposed. So anyone without an ID should not mount a bike for commerce. It's not normal and should not be tolerated. It won't be tolerated, I repeat. You all should be responsible.
Ce n'est pas admissible. Vous êtes des responsables. Vous encadrez.
This meeting has taken place at the Littoral Governor's Office today, February 22, 2021. A session which hopes to prevent commercial bike riders from banditry and theft.
And onto our health page, the Minister of Public Health has on his official Twitter account declared that while the Health Corps is still observing the evolution of COVID-19 cases in Cameroon, or Cameroon has no need for vaccine as at this moment, this standpoint is a sharp contrast to some African countries like Equatorial Guinea, Senegal, amongst others, who are already administering the vaccination. Details with Josephine Binzi.
Cameroon's Minister of Public Health says the country is not ready to administer COVID-19 vaccines to the population to secure prevention or immunity, as the word sees it. This has been a statement made public on Manahoda Malachi's official Twitter handle, contradicting the World Health Organization's emergency approval of 2 versions of vaccines for Africa with immediate effect. Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, South Africa, Seychelles, Rwanda, Mauritius and Zimbabwe are amongst the African nations who have begun receiving COVID-19 vaccines. Senegal and Equatorial Guinea have both secured 7 million vaccines each, with the president of Equatorial Guinea, Teodoro Obiangema Mbazogo, receiving his first dose last Monday and calling on the entire population to get vaccinated. Senegal, on the other hand, is yet to begin the vaccination administration procedure. There has been a global competition to get hold of vaccines, and African countries are either disinterested or not successful in securing the vaccines. The head of Africa's Center for Disease Control and Prevention says vaccination will not get the pandemic out of the continent. Reason why, the public health boss Manauda Malashi says Cameroon is still observing the infection evolution on the national territory to decipher whether the vaccination will be necessary or not. Cameroon, as at now, has 33,749 cases, 523 deaths, and 31,362 recoveries. Numbers which the health boss says is still under control.
And still talking about health, the origin of this wind of panic in schools in the city of Kumba is information on the holding of vaccination campaign against COVID-19 circulating on social media. Parents, in reaction on February 19, invaded schools and the children present in this school. We shall be having details of that with Krista Asek Swele.
The panic in schools in the city of Kumba originated from an information on the holding of a vaccination campaign against COVID-19 circulating on social media. Parents, in reaction to this information, invaded the premises of schools, and the children present in the schools tried by all means to get out.
From class to class, and they have realized that there is no vaccine going on in class Kumba. So these ones are just coming now. They are pressing that I should open the gate. I said, no, there can be a stampede in school. They should wait by 2:30. The first group will be leaving the campus. So I'm here with them to wait, to assure them that their children are in safe. And you can see this campus is quiet. All of them are in their classes. And there are more than 4,000 students in school now, both Kang Barombi and Kaskumba.
Consequently, 3 students got injured and have been admitted in the Kumba District Hospital in the southwest region of Cameroon. The divisional officer of Meme Division visited the injured and has reassured the population that no vaccination campaign against COVID-19 is organized in his administrative unit.
School St. Anthony, we go and look for a kid there. They are the one who said they heard over social media that the vaccination is going through within all the school in Meme. They went to, and they just decided to go and find out. Unfortunately, they went there. They told them that there is nothing, and they went back, start spraying this kind of information. There is nothing like that within Meme division.
In addition to this, the Minister of Public Health in a tweet recalls that vaccination against COVID-19 is not yet on the program.
And on to our south page, Jean-Marcel Mengeme, former governor of the Littoral region and who was equally a minister of territorial administration, is no more. He died on the night of Saturday, breaking Sunday, February 21, 2021, following an illness. Jean-Marcel was born on September 8, 1924, and began his career in education before moving on to administration. He was a special agent in Abongbang. In the early years of independence, I was appointed as DO for Saha and Njom subdivisions and was later promoted as SDO for Fumban. It was during this period that Jean-Marcel Mengeme was called upon to coordinate the organization of the Fumba Conference, which was to mark a decisive turning point in the history of Cameroon. Getting into our international page, Italy's ambassador to the Democratic Republic of Congo and 2 other people have been killed in an attack on a United Nations convoy in the restive east of the vast Central African country. The convoy from the World Food Programme was attacked at about 10:15 during an attempted kidnap near the town of Kanyamahoro, Kayamahoro, about 10 miles north of the regional capital, Ngoma. According to the Italian Foreign Ministry, Ambassador Luca Attanasio, an Italian military policeman with himself, were killed, and the driver also died in the attack. The statement added that it was not immediately clear who was behind the attack, but the road in which the convoy was traveling is a frequent site of attacks by bandits and armed militias. Antanasio died of his wound in the United Nations hospital in Ngoma. The 43-year-old was married with 3 children, had been Italy's head of a mission in Kinshasa since 2017, and was made ambassador in 2019. The UN's peacekeeping and humanitarian assistance mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the biggest and most dangerous such operations in the world. The exact circumstances of the attack remain unclear. Let's get more on our international page with the VOA.
خپل وظیفه مې درلودله ماهر د محکمې وم په خوست فرین کې په 14 ډیویژن چې کله کاله ته راغلم دغه لخوا طالبان لخوا ونیول شولم او هلته 3 شپې 3 ورځې سترګې تړلې او په پښې کې زولانې چې نامعلومه و ادرس
مدت د 2 میاشتو کېدله زه زندان کې وم د طالبانو ډېر سخت چلند کوم طالبانو شپې او د ورځې ملاس ډول چک و بس ډېر سخت حالت کې مونږ وخت تېر کړ د 2 میاشتې
دغه اواخرو کې چې تاسو وینئ له 200 نفرو نه زیات له دښمن له منګولو نه آزاد شوي دي دا پروسه دوام لري د موږ عملیاتونه بخصوص په سمت شمال کې په ټولو ولایتو کې د موږ دا کومندویان چې دلته ګورئ دا مختص دیجې ته نه دي
And now, before we draw the curtains on today's edition of the 6 p.m. newscast on Spectrum Television, ladies and gentlemen, let's take on to this sad page of Bernard Njonga, his portrait, with our reporter, Christelle Asek-Swele. We shall be bringing you more details of that in the course of our newscast, that is tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching the 6 p.m. newscast on Spectrum Television. See you tomorrow.